my factory in Miami was basically, see, typically we're not used to getting big binders like this in Miami. We get probably a binder that big. So what we do is we use what you call double binders. So you would set one first with another one underneath, and you use that as, you know, that's your binder. And something that is different from the methods that I learned and the methods that they use in Cuba is, here we use what they call a base. You want me to show them the base, or they'll see that after?
They're going to see that after.
Okay, so the way that I'm going to show you is, I guess, the traditional way or the Cuban way of making a cigar. And basically is all your fillers, you tube each individual leaf. And, you know, once you get all your leaves together for whatever blend it is that you're doing, all that gets put on your binder and it gets rolled up. As opposed to a method like he's doing.
So look at here.
He has
So instead of using the double binder, he has two of the binders now. He's starting with a base leaf. He has his one binder down already. Okay? So moving back to Willy, he's starting with two binders, and he's going to start the Entubado straight away without that base leaf, which we'll see in a second again.
Basically, what you want to do is when you're bunching your tobaccos, you don't want to stack them one on top of another. You want to basically form kind of like a little triangle type thing once you're bunching, you know, when you start bunching your tobaccos. Now all of this will go on your binder, and this would all get rolled up. And you have your cigar, then put in your molds. It took me a little while to learn that way of having that, you know, additional leaf already set in your hand, that base, and then rolling the binder together with the base to wrap up all of your fillers. And this step here is the final step that we do to kind of take off all the edges of the head, so that once you put it into your mold, it'll give you a really round head.
Do y'all do anything with the leftover tobacco?
Yeah, so all of the leftovers of the tobacco, at each table, everybody has a bag. So whether it's the roller or the buncher, so that's collected at the end of every day, okay? The wrapper is collected periodically when the bags are filled up. That tobacco, wrapper, the second cuts, is then sent back to the room you were just in. It's resorted to see if we can pull out any smaller wrappers for, say, a 4x32, shorter sizes. Otherwise, it might go to binder, or otherwise it goes into the packaging of acid boxes, tobacco special. You see that they're lined with. That is normally wrapper or binder tobaccos that's used for those boxes. The filler, that chopped up filler is sent back and also is mixed and blended to make a short fill cigar. With the exception of Papa Fritas. Papa Fritas is part of the Liga Privada line. So from all the Liga Privada tables, all of the second cuts of that short fill, that's sent back and then it's resorted again. We try to pull out some of the Seco, the lighter leaf from it, and then that is put back into short fill and made for Papa's Fritas. Okay, so there's a little bit, much more extra step that's taken into making sure that blend is consistent. So nothing's used, and the veins are used in, we have a line called ambrosia, so we use it in the packaging, they're tied up, lined boxes. We also use the veins, are used in the pilon and the fermentation part. We sometimes use them to put them on the top of the pilon to help trigger the heat, to help boost up the heat. Forgot to go over that today. Okay guys, if you want to come over here and see Johnny here, he's bunching. I'll show you the different style of bunching compared to Willy. So, he's making double Coronas right now. Okay? And you can see he's starting with his binder, okay? That's where one binder, okay? And then he's starting with the base leaf. This is where we start our blends, okay? Because the size of the blend, the size is a double Corona, he's using 2 leaves to start. From this base, instead of the Entubado, which Willy just showed you, he's beginning to roll exactly how many leaves he needs to put in. Now you guys have seen, you see that the leaves, that he's breaking this top part of the leaves off. You guys have had cigars before where you start off and they're very strong and then they tend to mellow out, or they might start off a little bit milder and then start to get strong. A lot of that has to do with the placement of those leaves. Again, you have some heavier leaves, the tips. Break these off and put it in the foot, and you're just going to have double the leaf at the foot, so it's going to smoke a little bit stronger, and then as it passes it, it's going to tend to mild out. Okay, so one more time. Now, So really what he was doing, he was making very rounded tubes. The other style is to make it less tight tubes, a little bit flatter. Okay? Okay. Now there's this, there's different styles. Sometimes people, if you tube them too much and too tight, that can cause things to have not enough air passage. So it's in all, basically the method that you use. Okay. So it's a little bit less like subtle. What's up, Rubio? Everybody met Rubio? Rubio's the GM of the factory. He's been with John for 13 years. He started as John's chauffeur and running the show since 2002, 2003. So he's a key to everything that happens here at True Station Garage. Without him, I do nothing. It's an operation.